Well, this gives more responsibility out of Washington back to Kentucky than any law in 25 years. So it means that Kentucky, which has a good history of being a leader in education, can sit down, governor, teachers, school superintendents, and say, where do we want to go, and have the freedom to do it without Washington telling you what to do. I think Commissioner Pruitt's doing exactly the right thing. Instead of saying, we're going to go out and do it exactly the way I want to do it, he's asking the teachers and the school board members what they think. A, you might get some good advice. Second, they're more likely to do it if the result is something they had some participation in. That was the big problem with the national school board we had in Washington. Everybody was being told what to do. So I think Kentucky's off to a good start. Had a good visit with the governor today. He's very interested. He knows it, his top priority. So if you have a governor and Senator Stivers, Representative Graham, Senator Wilson, so many different people of different parties are working together, you're likely to get a good result.
Now, with federal law, we hear with the Clean Power Plan, we can either develop a state plan or we get stuck with a federal plan. Is that what happens with this law as well? So if we don't come up with our own accountability system, does the federal government say anything about that?
No, that's not the way this works. And if the U.S. Department of Education tries to do that, Kentucky should refuse. Clean Power Plan is completely a different thing. That's all federal control. This is about local control. The Wall Street Journal said this law is the biggest devolution of power from Washington, D.C. to states and local school boards in 25 years. So it's an opportunity to take advantage of it. I mean, the path, I believe, the path to real accountability, high standards, better teaching, runs through Frankfort and local school boards and classrooms, not through Washington, D.C.
Now, at the state level, where will the biggest changes from ESSA be seen and felt, and when will that happen?
Well, the when will be over the next couple of years. Kentucky doesn't submit its plan until next year and implement it in the years after that. But I think the biggest change is that people in Kentucky will know that they're in charge of their own schools. And once they are, they're probably going to say, well, of course we need higher standards. We want our kids to have jobs. And of course we need good tests so we know how our schools are doing. But they're our tests, they're Kentucky tests. We'll figure it out ourselves.
With the federal Department of Education potential regulations, what's a timeline on that? When will we see what's going to happen with that? And you said Kentucky should take them to court if this becomes a problem, correct?
Well, hopefully that won't be necessary. The rules aren't final. And maybe the department will come to its senses and drop one of the rules, which is way over the top. I'm working with the White House and with the department in hopes that we can come to some conclusion about the rules before President Obama leaves office. I don't want this to turn into another Obamacare, where you have half the Congress wanting to repeal it from the day it becomes law. Right now, you've got everybody for the new law, the teachers, the governors, the school board members. That's very unusual in education. I'd like to keep that consensus. I think that helps the children.